All right, we're back with two golf tournaments on deck this week. We got the Live Golf Tournament, Live Bedminster at Trump Bedminster course. That'd be interesting. We also have the Rocket Mortgage Classic, who the field's a little better than we saw last week, but not quite, where we'd like it to be. But two events this week, so I'll take it.
Yeah, last week I had a sweat for a little bit with Grillo and Doug Gim going into the final round, 4 and 5 back. I think Grillo got as close to 1 back right after Piercy blew up. But good for Finau. I'm glad he actually went and won the thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's 11-1. Finau, who was going to bet that? If you bet that, you're crazy, and if you did, you won. But it doesn't really matter. No one's going to really bet Finau at that price, so whatever. I'd rather get beat by the favorite who you're not going to bet than somebody who you should have saw coming.
Right. I mean, I'm glad he won because I don't know, just he's getting a few more wins now, and he's a good player in my mind, and I think he deserves to be more than a two-time winner,
Right, and people call him a loser and all that stuff. So the field was pretty bad. Like no one didn't really seem like anybody really wanted to win it on Sunday besides Finau. Because everyone was just blowing up left and right. It was actually pretty horrible golf. I know you didn't get to watch much of it, but Piercy was sad. It was scary.
What happened? What happened? He was like cruising, like, and then he's like 20 under, and then all of a sudden, I was on the beach. All of a sudden, I just bogey, triple bogey. Just what the fuck happened?
The two bogeys weren't the worst. Like missed the green, left himself 8-9 feet, and missed it. Normal stuff. But then he gets on. I forget what hole it was, but he gets in the top, plugged in the top side of the bunker. Nothing he could do whatsoever. Hit it, stayed in the bunker, then went from bunker to the water, and that was just basically the end of him. He looked like distraught. It was actually a tough scene. I like Piercy, but and also with Grillo, I mean, I was rooting for you. He was on the card, so I wanted him to win. I didn't have money on him, but I'm not going to lie. At no point during the week did I think he had a chance to win, even when he was 1 back. I just didn't see it happening.
Yeah, I was more hoping for a collapse like that, and Grillo would just like backdoor win the entire time. But I did. I mean, I've been talking about Grillo for a few weeks now to you. I've been playing him a lot in DK. He's starting to show some approach form, which is what he's known for. And 65-1 in that type of tournament, I was just taking a shot, and if he got in the mix, good, and I got a sweat out of it. So
yeah,
great.
Good bet. I should have tailed it. Surprisingly,
Gim was a good bet too, despite his Sunday. But 100-1. I mean, I thought that was a better bet than Grillo, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Surprised that Grillo is withdrew this week. He's in good form, which hasn't been a lot lately, so that kind of sucks.
I'm glad he withdrew.
Yeah.
Would have been forced to bet him, and I didn't want to.
Yep. So a couple events this week. Rocket last year, we were all over the thing. We had Neiman at 28-1. Guy didn't make a bogey the entire tournament until the first playoff hole, and then he makes a bogey and loses. And then Cam Davis holes out from the bunker on 17, goes eagle birdie 17-18 to get into the playoff. And we also had Merritt at 100-1. So we had 2 out of 3 guys in the playoff. Merritt misses a shorty on the 5th playoff hole. So that was a heartbreaker. But, it is a place where I think it's somewhat easy to project what types of guys will do well.
Yeah, we had Merritt top 5, so that saved a little bit. But Neiman was winning the whole tournament. But he didn't really remember that Sunday? He didn't really go out and make birdies.
Right.
He couldn't make a fucking putt on Sunday. Man, that was frustrating. Very frustrating.
I think he had 14 feet for eagle on 14 or 15.
Yeah. But just looking at it, it looks like bombers, and then it kind of looks like a putting contest as well. You just look at it, Bryson Wolf that one year. You got Neiman Davis. I know you'll have outliers like Kisner and Merritt who aren't bombers that can get in the mix. So I don't think if you're not a bomber, you can't win, but bombers definitely have the advantage here.
Yeah, I think the par 5s are mostly reachable. I know Bryson had said that the you know, a lot of the fairway bunkers are like 290 out. So if you hit it a long way, you can carry those. So that gives you an advantage. But yeah, the guys like Kiz, well, those guys have also been played well in Donald Ross designs, like Kisner has in his career. And then you have guys who putt well, like the guys who won have also done well putting. So I'm thinking about bombers who can putt.
Yeah.
Or at least get hot with the putter.
Get a hot putter.
So I guess real quick before we start with Rocket, let's start with Liv here because the field's smaller. There's less to talk about. And I just want to kind of get this out of the way. We're pretty much on the same page exactly with who we're liking here. But the course is Trump Bedminster. PGA Championship was going to be here last year, but because this year, yeah, the when Southern Hills was there, yep. The Libs didn't want it there, so they made a stink because Trump owned the course or something, and they made it Southern Hills. So it's a cool course, 7,500 yards. You know, I don't know all that much about it, but
Fazio design, bent grass fairways. Yeah, par 72. I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna bet the guy because he's showing form, and you know he gives a fuck. Like Brooks Koepka was on his honeymoon last week. Bryson was just beating balls into the ground the entire week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're betting Bryson. Just put it out there. A 10-1, 12-1, don't really care. Just going to hammer it. Doesn't really matter, you know, if the number is 1 point off or not. Just bet Bryson to win. That's the only bet you need to make. Coming off a top 10 at the Open, a place when everyone said he couldn't compete because, you know, the course is too tricky and you need to be strategic and all these other fake narratives that surround Bryson that really just aren't true because he actually has done really well on courses where you're going to be strategic. And, yeah, he's playing better now, and I think he has the best chance to win in this field. DJ's 5-1. You can't bet that, right?
No, not at all. Any other guys you could bet? I mean, not Louis, Gooch, Answer. Those numbers all sucked. Reed 16. That number's not even good.
Sergio 25. He played pretty well at the Open.
The only other one you could bet I was going to say was Casey. Just because Fazio design, I thought he was okay at the Open for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough just because he hasn't played in so long and one start back, and then he started really hot and he kind of fell off over the weekend. So you don't know if he's really ready to contend and win yet. But 3 rounds helps. You know, all these other older guys have done well in this format. So yeah, I could see it.
Phil's 110. It's like
wow,
almost dead last in odds.
You know, his soul is dead too.
Yeah, it is.
Just look at him. It's just like there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Man, there's nobody else here to bet. 3 sticks, 35. Kokrak, 22.
Ugh. Hey, just bet Bryson. Bet the full card in the other event and bet Bryson in this one. And hopefully you so it's starting on Friday this week too, by the way.
Yeah, they're changing that moving forward.
Do you like that?
I was kind of feeling the the Saturday night finish.
I did too, just because you could watch both final rounds.
Yeah.
So now you got to pick one.
Oh, you can watch both.
Well, you can watch both.
Yeah. One's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's 2022. That's right.
Yeah, just throw a nickel or a dime on Bryson. Have a blast.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Closer to a dime for sure. Yeah, that'd be great. And
I just love rooting for Bryson too. I mean, I'm pretty positive him or DJ is going to win this event.
Me too.
Just Northeast. Those are the two guys. Well, Brooks included, but I just don't have no interest in Brooks. Northeast Bentgrass is just right up their alley. Bombers.
Yep. There'll probably be some olds hanging around, but tougher to project, right?
Yep.
All right. So Rocket Mortgage. This is the 4th time it's been at Detroit Golf Club. Par 72, 7,370 yards. So it's not really incredibly long. And the four par fives, which are all pretty gettable. Flat course, bent grass greens. It's like that bent grass POA mix that we saw at the Travelers. Front and back 9 present differently. You know, you get the front, which is really tree line, and the back is more wide open. Should be low scoring. Last year it stayed at 18 under for the playoff, but there was a pretty windy 3rd round, whereas the previous 2 years it was, I think, 25 and 22 under, so it really didn't get out of control last year, but it definitely might again. So yeah, you had 18 for Davis.
Bryson won at 23, right?
Yep, and Lashley won at 25.
So for some reason in my notes, I had the course will continue to play harder each year. I don't know why I wrote that down, but that's how I felt at the end of the tournament last year.
Yeah, so maybe it will. I don't know what will make it harder this year than last, but who knows? I mean, maybe it's getting firmed up. Maybe they're growing the rough. I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked if it played a little tougher. I think that kind of happens a lot. People think things are going to be really, really easy, and then all of a sudden they play a little more difficult. So saw it last week a bit. Wouldn't shock me, but I still think we're looking at 20 under.
Yeah, probably 20. So between 15 and 20 easily.
Yeah. Off the tee is definitely important. Putting is important. Those two things. Approach is definitely important too, but the guys we've seen haven't really had to gain strokes on approach. Like I think Bryson was pretty much neutral on approach when he won it. Merritt, who was in the playoff, was pretty much neutral on approach. So you get a lot of wedges in here, especially for the longer hitters. There's a lot of wedges, and seeing what you can, put it inside 15 feet and make a putt. So I think that's pretty much what we're going to see. So I think bombers are definitely more than in play. I think you got to have some.
What did Merritt gain putting last year?
So in his two starts here, last year he gained. Let me see. Last year he gained 7.2, and in 2020 he finished 8th, and he gained 5.3.
Oh.
I think Bryson gained a lot putting, right?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at Cam Davis. He gained 3 putting, 4.4 approach. Didn't gain that much off the tee.
That guy's just a fucking enigma, though.
Yeah, he's basically a way better version of Keziah.
Yeah. So Bryson lost strokes on approach, lost a half stroke on approach, gained 8 putting, gained 7 off the tee.
I miss Bryson.
Me too. Kisner was 3rd that year. He gained 4.6 putting. Seeing 2019 real quick what Lashley did.
He had to gain 5 or 6, I bet.
I think he's sneaky long, though, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he is. His was 9. He gained 9 putting.
Yeah. So this will turn into a putting contest, and it kind of did on that Sunday, and Neiman didn't win it.
Yeah, Merritt was making bombs. Merritt had a hole-in-one.
Did he?
Early in the round, yep. Wow. I was like, wait a second. I think we might be live here with Merritt. He made a hole-in-one on like the 3rd hole, I think.
Yeah, that would have been a lot cooler if it was just Merritt and Neiman in the playoff there.
And Davis just got so fucking lucky. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that hole and that chip in. Oh.
So let's get into the odds, I guess.
Okay, we got Pat Cantlay at 11-1, Tony Finau 14-1, Will Zalatoris 16-1, and Cam Young 20-1. Those are the top 4. So only 4 below 25.
So last week we saw the favorite win. I think that was the 3rd time this year that's happened. The favorites that have won this year have been last week, Finau, Rahm at Mexico, and there was only one other.
Rory, Canada.
Rory, Canada. Those are the 3 favorites that won this year. So as often as people might think that happens, 3 times out of 40 events really isn't all that much. Cantlay, worthy favorite. He's playing really well. Had a good weekend at the Open. Prior to that, he was playing really well before and then he dumped his pants at the Travelers. But other than that, he's been really good. So worthy favorite. I don't necessarily think he's going to win. Do you?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, putting contest. I mean, he can win them.
Yeah, he gets as hot as anybody.
And he's playing well. I mean, hasn't finished worse than 14th in his last 5 starts. So,
yep, it's playing very well. Finau coming off a win. He has tons of unprotected sex, so he might have dead legs this week with all those kids he has. But
so many Finaus, so many of them.
They all look just like him. I love the chubby one too. It's fucking great. He's dressed like a golfer too. I wonder if the big boy plays golf. Does he?
He does. Yeah. Tony was caddying for him week before the Open.
I'd love to see him.
I follow him
get
on
there
Instagram. It's funny, fucking hilarious.
I love the Phenols. Love them. Great family, good family, man. So Finau, yeah, obviously has the skill set you'd like around here.
Yeah, I mean,
back to back, probably not.
Probably not. Does seem right that he would win one of these two events, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Kind of mix them in together. I would say if you would give me a guy to win one of these two events, I would say Finau would definitely win one of them.
Right.
So hopefully he already won his last one because we're not going to bet him again at 14-1.
Well, yeah, especially because he's the only one of the 5 favorites who played either of them, so that greatly increases your chances.
True, but I mean, there's other guys in this tournament that played last week.
Yeah.
But I would choose Finau over Cantlay and Zalatoris.
I'd probably choose Cantlay over Finau and Finau over Zalatoris. I'm seeing a lot of love. Just getting right into Zalatoris here. A lot of love for Zalatoris, and which isn't a surprise. Everybody loves the guy for whatever reason. He's good, but it's not like he's been incredible in these tournaments.
Don't we know what he does? Like, what he does is win hard events. Isn't that like pretty well known here? Or not win, but that's where he plays his best.
Yeah, it is, and that's the truth. The one thing I will say about that, a little bit of devil's advocate, is it's kind of what Neiman does well.
Yeah,
and he kind of how Neiman hung around last time. Like he could do something similar to that if he wasn't to get into contention. But I don't particularly like him here. Right? He's been good in the great events. He's been obviously in the big ones. He's been a big game hunter. Can't deny that. But 20th of the Open, missed a cut at Scottish. Right before that, he was 5th and 2nd at Memorial and U.S. Open. But he missed a cut at Charles Schwab. Missed a cut at Byron Nelson. These lesser events, he really hasn't done all that much. 14th at Sanderson, 11th at Fortinet, 29th at Wyndham. And then last year, at this place, he was awful. He was 77th, finished 77th here. Lost 3 strokes on approach, lost 3 putting. He's terrible putting on bent grass. I just don't see the fascination with him this week.
Isn't the majority of the shots here more wedge shots than long irons? I just feel like Zalatoris is just your classical long iron guy.
Yeah, you're taking the best weapon out of his hands.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Am I wrong to think that this is more of a wedge fest than a long iron fest?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a short course, and so you're completely right. So, places like Merrifield Village or Torrey Pines or Riviera, those are the places you want to have him because you're going to have approach shots from 175 to 200, and he can beat anybody doing that.
Yep.
So this is a place just seems like his skill set is a bit mitigated. Doesn't mean he can't win because obviously he's one of the most talented players in the field, but I don't see the fascination with him. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not going to bet him.
So the one guy I am looking at here is Cam Young, and 20-1. Obviously not the best number, but what do you expect coming off of his second place finish at the Open where he was awesome? The whole world saw it on display. I think we talked about this a month ago that Cam Young was going to win the Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, we did. We did.
We hoping he might be 35-1.
What is he if he doesn't finish second? Because he was pretty bad there for a month.
Yeah, you asked me earlier. I said 28, but it's probably better than that.
35-40, I was thinking.
Yeah,
that would have been nice. Why do you have to do that?
Yeah, but it also makes you a little bit more confident that he can win. I mean, he's definitely talented. He has the perfect skill set you want here. He's a good putter, especially when he gets hot. He putt very well at the Open. Gained 4 strokes putting at the Open. It was tough for me to find those stats, but I finally did. And because it's off data golf now, but bombs it, putts it, makes a bunch of birdies. He's first in the field off the tee. He's first in the field in birdie or better, which is exactly what we're kind of looking for.
Yeah, his off the tee numbers are fucking awesome, huh?
Yeah, just unbelievable. He's going to crush the par 5s.
The only ones his off the tee numbers were aren't great, like the Players, but it's kind of mitigated. Amex, another one. Yeah. It's no surprise that he was second at the Open, right?
No.
I mean, it was surprise, but like that was basically bombers.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Bombers. Isn't this like obviously it's much different than St. Andrews, but guys who bomb it and can putt well. He did pretty well there too. I just think he, I hate the fact that he's popular. I don't like Cam Young at all. I talked about this right after the Open. I'm just not but you can't avoid him being the perfect golfer for this course.
It's literally a perfect course for him. You like him better than Homa?
Yeah, I do.
Because Homa's Homa's long. I don't know. Isn't Homa a better number at 25?
Yeah, if we think
won like 3-4 times already.
Yeah, but I just think Cam Young is just more ready to win right now. He doesn't just because he won before doesn't mean he's going to win. Homa's going to win again. I just think he should be able to win an event this year, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he wins this event. I mean, probably he has the Rookie of the Year locked up, but he wins this one. He's probably Rookie of the Year, or he's definitely Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I like him better. I like Homa too, but I mean, I just think water sometimes finds its level. I don't know. Is Homa going to win like 5 times in 2 years? He could, but I think
you've been saying this every time, and then he wins.
Well, at least we're on the second to last one, but I just think Young has a better chance this week to win.
I kind of agree with you. But I just feel like their odds should be switched. Just Homa's a better player at this point.
Yeah, but everyone's betting Young. If they switch the odds, everyone just pound them even more.
Yeah.
They're probably pounding both of them, though. I'm sure.
Could we bet both of them, or you don't want to do that?
You could. The one book that we have available right now, I only saw 20 or 21, but 25, it's definitely a good number. You could bet both of them, yeah.
You see Homa's putting stats this year?
Pretty good.
So he gains every week now. He used to be horrific. Now he's like 4.3 Memorial, 7.6 Wells Fargo, 2 at Charles Schwab, 2 at PGA, 3.2 Genesis, 3.6 Phoenix.
Wow.
Every week. Whereas every week prior to that, every week he would lose. Something's changed. Ben's his worst surface, though. I mean, he's more of a POA guy.
Yeah. Every time we've been on him, I think Potomac, where he won, Potomac, whatever you want to call it, was bent, though.
It was. Yep.
So I think, yeah, I could.
7.6.
Yeah, gained a lot. We could bet both for sure because there's no one else really under 50 I like. Like they're guys I like, but their numbers just aren't fair. Like this is definitely a fair number for 25 on Homa.
Yeah. All right, so something to think about. But we're gonna bet Young.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah. All right, 30-1 Cam Davis, defending champ. Adam Scott, 33. Kisner, 35. Those are the guys below 40.
Will you tell me about Davis? I know you're.
I like Cam Davis. I don't know, like why not Cam Davis? He's playing really great. He's first in my model.
Is he?
Yeah, like wedge play. I was looking at 100 to 125. He's 5th. Approach, he's 12th. Par 5, he's 9th. Opportunities gain, he's 4th. Birdie or better, he's 6th. I know he's an asshole, but like this course is perfect for him too. There's no surprise that he won it.
I know. Well, let me say this real quick. The last 3 weeks in my model, the winners have been first in the model, Xander, 3rd in the model, Smith, 1st in the model, Finau. Not any surprises there, but just to say, this week, yes, I have Davis 3rd, Homa 5th, Young 6th. So all right there. First is Zalatoris. Surprised me second birdie or better, which is a little weird, but
who's second?
He's second is Finau, Zal, Finau, Davis, Riley, Homa, Young, Webb, Steele, Svensson, Kirk, Rogers. I
mean, I think we're gonna get 35 on him. I just feel like we had 25 last week. The field's not. What do we add? Three more good players to this field.
Yep.
I don't know. Back end of the field is basically identical. Nothing crazy. So I mean, he didn't do anything like stat wise. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he's just a fucktard.
He just didn't gain any putting, and he's a retard.
I can't believe how fucking dumb the guy is. It's just like every time he'd make a birdie and like make 3 birdies in a row, just do something fucking dumb, miss shorties, hit the ball in the water. Obviously, the good thing here and why he probably won last year and why he's a much better fit for this is there really isn't that much trouble out there.
There's no trouble out there.
Like if there wasn't trouble out there last week, he would probably win by 6 shots.
I know.
I'm gonna try to look this up real quick. How many birdies this fucker made last week? I think he led the field.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we can. I think we could bet Cam Davis. I don't understand. You don't like him?
He had 21 birdies or better last week.
Was that first?
I don't know.
I saw he made an eagle on Saturday and then made a double on the par 5.
Yeah, unbelievable. He bogeyed a bunch of par 5s. So do I like him? I don't know. Is he going to win this thing back-to-back years? I usually trend towards no on those ones.
Yep.
But he's playing really well. He's a great course fit. I think he's going to play well. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to win. He's a bonehead, but
he's probably going to finish in the top 20 though.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think he's probably a safe DraftKings play. Everything I like about him, besides that he won last year and how stupid he is.
If he didn't win this last year, wouldn't we be betting him at like 40-1, 50-1?
Yeah, but last year, the thing is, last year is 125-1. We should have been on him last year too. We should have had all 3 of the guys.
We definitely should have been. But he wasn't playing great last year, was he?
He was popular. I know that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Anything on Scott?
I just can't bet him at 33-1 right now anywhere.
Why is he playing this week?
I don't fucking know. He's playing well, but he's just not capable of winning.
Yeah, I can't bet him at 33. I still don't understand why he's playing this week.
Me neither. Kisner I like, but
he played Wyndham last year, and that was weird too.
I mean, if it's to fulfill his obligations.
I don't know. I looked at all the tournaments he's played. None of them are bad tournaments. This is a bad tournament.
Yeah, true.
Like he's played the Open, the U.S. Open, Memorial, PGA, Byron Nelson, I guess is a bad one, Masters Players, API, Genesis, Phoenix. Those are his tournaments this year.
Where does he rank in the FedEx Cup standings?
I don't know. He probably got some points with the last 2 majors, finished in top 15.
Is he trying to get in the top 30 because he's leaving after the Tour Championship, trying to get one last check?
I don't think it's the FedEx for him. I think it's more he wants to play in the President's Cup one last time.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I think he's probably leaving after the Tour Championship, though, or after the President's Cup. I know.
I'd say President's Cup.
Yeah.
Then Kisner.
I like Kisner. Won Wyndham last year. Obviously, Don Ross. Good with a wedge. Great putter. Been playing better lately. But 35 is just not enough for me.
Yeah, it's a tough number. 40?
Yeah, I'd consider it. I think he has a chance.
Adam Scott's 77th in the FedEx Cup.
Okay.
I could see him winning that first FedEx event.
Yeah. Was it St. Jude?
Oh, was it St. Never mind. I don't even know where it was. I was just thinking like
Northern Trust usually.
Yeah. Yeah, Kisner. I mean, he's got the history.
6th at the Travelers, was 21st at the Open.
Starting to play better, right?
I mean, yeah, look stat-wise, not really. He was negative ball striking at Travelers when he finished 6th, gained almost 8 putting. So,
yeah, that's what he does.
That's what he does. Yeah, so if you want to bank on him just gaining 10 strokes putting and being in the mix, then sure.
I mean, the last 2 events have to be something after 5 straight missed cuts.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is something.
3rd and an 8th here, too.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, the number's tough. I don't know.
I mean, but I don't. Yeah, I think it's a good DK play and stuff too. But Wyndham, he plays obviously well. In this course, he plays well. There has to be something there too. Don Ross, I think he is. In my Donald Ross rankings, he's 2nd behind Jason Day in his past 24.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't know. Thinking about him, but number might suck.
Could be him or Davis, I guess, if you don't bet Homa.
Yeah, 40 plus. We got a bunch of guys here at 40. Davis Riley, Webb Simpson, Denny McCarthy, Adam Hadwin, and Cam Tringali 40. And then Keegan and Matt McNeely and Sahith 45.
Most
guys there.
First guys I'm not incredibly interested in. All guys who have like good course history and just seem to be overvalued.
Yeah, Davis Riley's time is come and gone. Adam Hadwin, I mean, I don't know. No. Tringali, no. Keegan, I get some interest in.
He's been playing well.
And Matt McNeely's got the history. He didn't play bad last week.
Fuck that guy.
Why?
I don't fucking bet Matt McNeely.
Hot putter.
Yeah, he sucks.
You just don't bet him?
No.
50?
Nah. What's his history?
McNeely. 8th in 2020, 21st in 2021.
I mean, you just bet it because he's a good putter?
Yeah, it'd be the same reason why we would bet him and Kisner.
I'd rather bet Kisner, I'll tell you that. One guy I've seen win before. This guy's, I saw him in contention once and he shit his pants. Lost on approach 2 straight. What do you mean he wasn't bad last week? He sucked. He was 50th in a shit field, gained 1 stroke putting.
I thought he finished better. Sorry. John Deere gained 5.9 putting. That's a putting contest.
Lost 3.3 on approach.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to do it for you with the approach. I know that.
No, he's not going to do it for me in any way. I don't like him. One guy I do like in this range is Sahith, and I don't love him, and I'm not sold on him yet. But last week he was 25. I know you didn't like it. I did. I didn't really love it either. There was no one else really to bet. But
I played him on DraftKings. He fucked me.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But he's the type of guy who I think skill set should be. I mean, he hits it far, and you're just getting a miscut discount. He's double the price. I've seen 50s out there. I think we'll get a 50. He's double the price as he was last week, and more or less the same field. And he wasn't horrible last week. The result was horrible. He missed the cut, but lost 2 strokes putting, slightly lost on approach, gained 1.1 off the tee. It was just an okay performance after the week at the Open, where he expended a lot of energy. I know there was rumblings last week that he might have been hurt. But I talked to Sobel. I messaged him this morning and asked about that, and he said it wasn't an injury related. It was it might have been more like he was sick.
Wow.
So I don't know. I think double the price. I think 50 to 1 is a fair number at him in this place, and I could see him winning Rocket Mortgage.
Is he a bomber?
He hits it far. Yeah.
I don't really know his whole skill set. I know he's almost won a couple events, but I don't really know what he does well.
He driving distance gained. Yeah, he hits it far. He gained 11.6 driving distance, 13.1 the week before. Yeah, hits it pretty far. Not the most accurate. Not accurate at all.
I just feel like last week's number should have been 40, and he should be like 60.
Fair. I think he's first in the field in strokes gained par 5.
And I did know that. Yep.
So I'm thinking about it at 50.
Does his putter get hot? Because he's 135th in bent putting.
That I don't think he does all that well. But he gained 4.2 at Travelers when he finished in second.
Yeah, when he finishes well, his putter gets warm.
Yeah, Phoenix 5.3.
Yeah. So basically, he has to have a hot putter to contend.
Yeah, but I guess you could say that about anybody here, right?
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Okay, maybe. I don't know if I'm sold on Sahith.
You know, if I bet a guy like home at 25, or if we end up going on Davis or Kisner, then no. But if none of those guys, I can mix in a couple in this range, he'd be one of them.
Yeah. 50, we got Siwoo, Woodland, Streelman, Stallings, Mark Hubbard, Russ Henley 55, and Tom Kim 55.
Stallings is playing great. he was the first guy I was kind of looking at. I was hoping to be like 70. I probably would bet him, but 50 isn't just a good number on a guy who just has shown he's not capable of winning. Like if he was in the lead, he'd probably do something similar to what Piercy did.
Exactly similar.
And but stats wise, he's been fucking great.
Can't really bet any of these guys though. It's like, what's the difference between betting these guys and guys that are like 80?
No difference. They're just playing the best, and they have the course history.
What's Woodland done? Anything?
Fuck Woodland.
Okay, we're moving on. Russell Henley, isn't he Don Ross guy? This is the time last year we bet him at Wyndham.
Yep, that's right. He hasn't been good lately, really, though. He's like Grillo, but he can putt. Sometimes.
Russ Henley. Yeah, fuck him.
Like to win, he needs to be gaining a fuckload on approach.
Okay. Tom Kim?
No, not winning.
Okay. Mark Hubbard, he gets hot.
Fuck Mark Hubbard. Number just is wrong. Did he finish when we had win? He finished in 7th when we had him win. Oh yeah, because it was a 6-man playoff.
Yeah, you remember that? That was wild.
His stats are horrible.
Did we have somebody in the playoff?
No,
we didn't.
We just wanted Scott.
Oh, I did. I had Roger Sloan.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I don't mind Roger Sloan this week.
Yeah, Hubbard's hot.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I mean, the number's absolutely atrocious. Okay, next range. Chris Kirk up to 60. Jason Day 60. Cam Champ 60. I'll tell you what, Cam Champ after round 1, what a comeback.
He was good. He
was fucking 6 over going into 18 round on his first round. Made the cut, ended up finishing what? Top what? 10? 20?
16th, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is. We've said before in the past, I've always said that he's a guy who definitely shows it coming when he's going to be playing well. We saw a little bit at John Deere when we hit on him at 3M last year. And last week, good performance, 16th, gained 3.4 putting, 2.2 in approach, 2 off the tee. Nothing spectacular in terms statistically.
This is what he did before he won 3M, though.
Yeah, but I think his stats were a little better at that point. Let me see.
Nope.
They weren't?
0.3 on approach at John Deere the week before.
6.2 off the tee. But you take away that first round, and it probably looks something similar to that.
Yeah.
Because I think first round he lost off the tee and he lost putting.
No, he was just awful. I don't know. I saw 75 to 1. I think we got to bet that. I know I'm not a champ guy, but he's just, and we've been betting him a little bit, or I have at least, and I don't know, 75 to 1. I got to bet him.
Yeah. So round 2, 3, 4, he was -3, -4, -4.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Great. Yeah, he has the win equity. He does what you want people to do here, driving and putting. Pretty much all he does, right? When he wins, he spikes putting. So do I think he's going to win? Probably not, but I think he's has the win equity, I guess.
What about these other guys? Steele, Kirk, Day. Or Day 100 out there somewhere.
100's, I don't know. I might want to think about it. He's number 1 in the Don Ross rankings. Made the cut last week.
He actually gained on approach first time in a while. 4.5.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that he gained 4.5 in approach and he still didn't finish well, but
why can't he putt?
He can't putt anymore.
Sad.
Gained,
all right.
Well, before that, he was actually good. Yeah.
100 maybe.
Who else did you say in that range?
Kirk and Steele.
And Steele, Vegas. Wanted to bet him at 33 to 1 last week, including you.
Bet him at 40.
Now he's almost 70.
I'll tell you who you don't want in a putting contest is Brendan Steele.
Yeah.
That guy misses more 3-footers than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, fuck. I can't bet him to win.
You're the Steele guy. I never really am on Steele. I was on him last week for some reason. And that was rough. That was tough to follow.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, yeah, Steele the 3 feet for birdie. Miss.
He, I think, is probably a good DFS play for a bounce back spot. Probably play pretty well, but I just don't think he can make enough putts to win.
Yeah. Bomber narrative. I mean, he's your guy too. Vegas. I don't know. You get any feel in Vegas?
What's he been doing? I feel like I haven't heard his name in months.
He had some surgery, didn't he?
Then he came back and played really well right after the surgery, but then he disappeared again.
36, the Scottish didn't play the Open.
Yeah, he just hasn't been playing all that much.
I can't bet Vegas.
Nope. Maybe first round leader.
Who's the other guy here? Cooch, 70. Or no, Kirk 60 first.
Yeah, he has good course history. Does he? I don't know, he gets pretty popular and doesn't really ever win, but course history is really good. He's been playing, I think, pretty well. Yeah, he's playing okay. Probably not a bet.
7th at Canada. Yeah. I'm not.
Likes the course though. Mm-hmm. So you like Cooch?
Cooch? I don't know if I like Cooch.
He was there. He was around at the Open, wasn't he, for the first couple of rounds?
He hasn't been terrible.
He didn't even play in the Open. I don't think
he's been putting his dick off.
Yeah.
Well, he's made 8 straight cuts. He hasn't missed a cut since March.
Interesting.
But he hasn't really. Well, he was second at Valero, third at Heritage.
Yeah, shorter courses. Probably can't win.
Couldn't you see Cooch getting involved here?
Maybe getting involved. Winning is tough.
Drilling putts. Remember Cooch?
Oh, I'd love it.
Guy drills putts.
Why isn't he 100?
Isn't he a better bet than Kisner at 40?
I don't know.
Aren't they the same fucking guy?
Dude, Cooch is 45 going on 80.
He ain't that old. I think he's 41. You just think he's that old.
He looks so fucking old.
I just think he's a better bet than Kisner.
Well, Kisner has a course history. He doesn't have shit.
Does he play there?
Oh, 29.
Well, then what do we know? I'm not. You putting a lot into course history?
Not that much, but I think a 2nd and an 8th is better than never playing it at all.
Don Ross ranks. Where's Cooch? He's got to be up there. I just know it.
I think he's only played
East Lake. Come on.
Wyndham once. Let me see.
Yeah, he almost won it, didn't he?
No, I think he was 29th or something. Cooch. Let's see. 34th in Don Ross.
I'm surprised he only played Wyndham once. All right. Probably shouldn't bet him.
Webb is 7th, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. Any interest in Webb at 40?
McNeely is 10th in those rankings.
45 for Webb?
It's intriguing. I mean, you could argue he's a better bet than Kisner.
I think he is.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Is he back? Is he ready to play?
There's no trouble off the tee. That's what gets him in trouble.
Missed the cut at John Deere. That's kind of worrisome.
On the number. I remember that.
Missed the cut at the Open. That was on the number 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I played him, and he had a rough 4 holes. Just put it that way. On the backside.
Travelers, he was 13th. Pretty good. I don't know. That's the best finish he's had since the RSM in 2021.
Yeah.
Probably can't win.
I don't hate it. Okay, let's get to some more guys. Merritt 70. Everybody's favorites. Svensson 75. Goddard up 75. Pendrith 80. Wendy Clark 80, Ryan Palmer 80, Fowler 90, CT Pan 90. I can keep naming names if you want.
Anybody we like, anyone we like. First of all, the Svensson thing. You know, if I make bad picks, I give myself shit. People give me shit, but you guys are fucking crazy for betting Svensson at 45-1, being the most popular bet in the entire thing. Like, what is wrong with you? Is that fucking crazy?
Oh yeah,
the guy's putts like fucking Brendan Steele. He's been hot, yeah, but he's not going to go out and win the fucking 3M. It just, I don't understand how he was the most popular guy last week.
Yeah,
Groupthink.
I don't have an answer for you.
That's when groupthink backfires. There's definitely good groupthink and bad groupthink. Like Cam Young is going to be groupthink, but it makes 100% sense. Svensson is just like, I looked at Fantasy National. He gained 5-7 on approach. That's all.
Yeah.
So fuck him. So Champ, we said we liked. Other guy I like here is Merritt. I know you're not in love with it, but last year losing the playoff. The year before he's 8th. So course history wise, he's better than Kisner, and Kisner's obviously very good. Gained a lot of putting in both of the events. You could argue that's a bad thing, but I think it shows that he kind of likes the greens. He's a good putter in general, right? He's a guy who could gain a bunch of strokes putting. Gained strokes putting in 8 of his last 9. Last week he lost 5.6 putting, which it might have been the worst performance of his career. He also had the best ball striking performance of his career since his last win, the 2018 Barbasol. Gained 8.5 ball striking, 5 on approach, 3.5 off the tee. And just sucked with the putter. I was tracking him all week. It was fucking infuriating. He was like, had so many great looks for birdie and missed. He was one of the tops in the field in ball striking. Good in approach, good off the tee, did everything well, and the numbers basically the same. 80-1 I saw. I'm just going to bet it again. I bet it last week at 70, 80. I got to bet it this week at 80 at a place where he plays better, and he's coming off the best ball striking week of his career pretty much.
Yep. No, I get all the reasons you want to bet him. Not sure I'm going to join you, but definitely considering him. He's on the short list. And I didn't know his ball striking numbers were that good, so that definitely adds to it. All right, we got a couple bombers here. Pendrith got her up. Any interest? Wendy Clark too, another bomber. Who gets hot with a putter?
I think I'm going to bet Pendrith.
You are going to bet him?
Yep. I can just see it happening. I've been wanting to bet him a bit this year. I think he was kind of starting to play well. It was 13th of the players before he got hurt. And then obviously it took him a while to get back. But his first tournament back was Barbasol, finishing 13th, gained almost 6 strokes off the tee. But he's a typical guy, like off the tee and putting. He's, he kind of said earlier, he's basically like Champ. Bent's is by far his best surface. Yeah. So yeah, I just had kind of a feeling on him. I kind of want to bet him.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about Pendrith besides that he fucking bombs it.
He fucking bombs it.
Yeah, he's like Champ bomb it, right?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know if 80 is a good number or not. I have no idea.
I don't think it's a good number, but I think it's just because they're protecting themselves on the skill set here. He's 31 years old.
Wow, you could have told me he was 21 and I would have believed you.
I was shocked by that. But he gains the most on bent, gains the most on easy courses, and just his driving distance gained is bananas. Let me just see real quick. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, Jesus Christ. And there's a place, obviously, he's going to have a wedge into everything. 19.1 at Barbasol driving distance gained, API 24.4. AMX 27, just some of the highest numbers you'll ever see. We talk about Bryson in his prime, what was between 23 and 27 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm joining you there, but he's another guy on the short list.
Yep.
I just haven't decided like who I want here. Wyndham Clark, wasn't he doing something? Or did I make that up?
He's doing something. I don't know if it was anything good or not. I know he was really popular at the Open. I think he made the cut, but didn't do much else after that.
Yeah. Canada, he gained 11 putting.
Jesus. Yeah, he's a bomber putter. Yeah, he's the...
Yeah. Joel Damon's in this field. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
He
was playing well.
Okay. Couple guys. I'm gonna roll off you. Pat Rogers.
Bomber putter, right?
Yep. 100-1.
Makes some
Anything?
sense.
Any interest? No,
Has
you're
he
not a Rogers guy.
I'm usually not, but what's he been doing?
Playing well, but not.
Wasn't he popular at the Deer?
I've bet him a few times. Basically finishes anywhere between 18th and 35th every week. So
Yeah.
no, never contends really.
Gained 5.1 on approach at the Deer and 6.7 putting.
Yeah, Canada, 6.9.
Likes bent. Yeah, he makes some sense.
Then we got can I go back to the Gim Reaper here or no?
I think you can, but I guess the one thing is Roger's not as long as you'd think. But with Gim, it's like he's another guy who's just such a good long iron player. His best skill set is kind of mitigated here.
Yeah. Grayson Sig? No, I can't win.
No.
His stats were good.
Jimmy Hahn.
You just never know with Jimmy Hahn.
I just
he'll play really good one week, and then the next week, he'll miss like 4 straight cuts.
I just fucking love his attitude.
What is he? 130?
Yeah. Gained 6.3 in approach last week, 5.5 putting. Finished 4th. He was actually only the one who was good on Sunday. Like he charged up the leaderboard. Everyone else kind of fell back.
Look at Sig, man.
Guy looks like a fucking
stats. Look at him though.
Sucks at putting. Yeah, it was good.
The other guy I was looking at was Kitayama.
Yeah, I like Kitayama.
He's been around. He bombs it.
Yeah, I love a good Asian.
Not much trouble here. That's where he gets in. A lot of he'll just spray one, and then he's fucked. He'll make a triple.
He's so
then he'll come back and make like 3 more birdies.
He either misses a cut or like finishes in the top 3.
Yeah,
those are the only 2 options.
Anybody else down here? I think I'm going to bet Harris English at 130, just because I think he's playing okay, and he's the best player by far out of any of these guys.
Yeah. He's playing pretty good, and he can gain a bunch of strokes putting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kurt. I like Kurt. He fucking bombs it. I mean, if we just skip that 25 to 50, we can just bet fucking everybody.
Yeah, so we're gonna bet Cam Young at 20, and then next bet will be like Champ at 70.
Harris English fucking blows. But yeah. 19th at Travelers, gained 6.7 putting, sucked everywhere else.
I can picture him winning a Rocket Mortgage in his career.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's a better player than 130, and if he's back, then it's a good gamble. Actually, I'm fucking shitting on that, and the bet that I'm making is a horrible bet, but I'm making it anyway.
Who's that?
Thor Bjornsson.
Ugh, what a terrible bet.
It's not a good bet, but I don't give a fuck. It's my guy, and like skill set wise, he makes a lot of sense for here. Just played the Palmer Cup, played pretty well there. But he gained 5 strokes off the tee at Travelers and 9 strokes putting, just bomber putter. Best finish in a tournament by an amateur since 2016. He's 20 years old. I get he's not pro yet, but like,
do we know he's a good putter, or did he just have a good putting week?
We don't know he's a good putter, but he had a good putting week. But it seems outlandish, right? No amateur has won since 1991. Do you know who that was?
1991. No.
Here's a hint. His soul is dead.
His soul is dead. Phil?
Yep. Phil.
I was going to say Daly, but his soul's still alive.
His soul's alive, yeah. So it would be a tough thing to do, but like, I don't see why he can't be as good as Wolf was when Wolf was 20.
Yeah, no, Wolf was, I think, considered a great player at that time.
Well, so is he.
I don't think he's Wolf Hovland level.
Well, he's a couple years behind him, but he's All-American. Playing the Walker Cup, playing the Palmer Cup, all those things. I mean, I think he's.
Yeah, it's easy, but he should be 300 to 1 or 250 to 1. Like
he should be.
Where I can put $10 on it.
Right, but he just finished in the top 5 at a PGA Tour event, so you're not going to get it. I guess. I still thought he would be 200. But I'm just going to fucking throw a couple bucks at it and not think about it.
Okay.
Might not be a full bet, whatever. I just want a piece of it just in case.
All right. Lee Hodges gained 9 on approach last week.
Cool.
just throwing that out there. I don't know why, but I saw that he finished well and looked him up. The other guy.
Kurt. We have 100 on Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Lee.
Hayden Buckley. I've been betting this guy.
This fucking guy.
Just humor me and look at his stats, okay?
I was on board for most of the time, but he's just starting to piss me off. Like, that's my problem with him. No matter how good his stats are, it doesn't matter.
Off the tee and approach is just fire.
Yeah. Lost 8.6 putting at Barbasol. Geez. He's a horrible putter. That's
right. 160.
Yeah. He definitely makes tons of sense. Let me see. Where's he in his par 5 scoring? No, 102nd. That doesn't make sense.
Wife's Asian.
Oh. Par 5 scoring real quick. Sahith is first. Then you get Cantlay, Homa, Percy. Kisner is 5th, which is kind of strange because he's a short hitter. But that means he's great with a wedge, right? And that's probably why he's good here. Pendrith is 9th.
Yeah, Champ. Yeah, Davis. Yeah.
Davis 30th. Yeah, so some things to think about. A lot of bombs, I think, are definitely in play.
So we're betting Bryson?
Yep.
Cam Young?
Yep.
And whoever you want.
I was thinking Merritt, Pendrith. You want to say Champ at 75. I like Kitayama. I think he makes a lot of sense. The bet I'm making, but no one has any, should really tail it, is the Thorbjornsen one.
Just throw your money on Bryson, and you'll be happy at the end of the week.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about Tagal at 50 if we don't do anything else. If we don't take home at 25, Kisner, I'm probably not going to bet at 33.
No, that's disgusting. Fuck him.
I mean, it's just home at 25 is in consideration, and so is Sahith at 50.
Yeah, but we're probably not going to bet Homa.
No. So, I mean, if I bet none of those guys, I'll just bet the Sahith 50 because I bet him last week and I doubled the price, and I think he can win this thing. So it'd be Cam 20, Sahith 50, then a bunch of guys between 70 and 130.
Yep. I like it. Only a few weeks left. We got 5 PGA events left.
Wow. Part of it is sad, but part of it is a nice welcome break. But who knows these days? We're not going to get any type of break because you got the new fall series thing coming.
Yeah, we got live events.
We got live in Boston. Oh, yeah. So the grind never stops.
There we go.
All right. Let's have a good week.